Hey everyone, it's Landry here with the Small Wrestling Alliance, giving you my review of the February 21st episode of NXT, and to tell you if it was worth it. So this episode started off with a video package hyping the main event of the evening, which is Adrian Almas versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship, with the stipulation that if Johnny Gargano loses, he'll leave NXT for good. So this is a good way to, start off the night. Okay, get you real hyped for the main event, which is good, definitely worth it. Then there is a announcement saying that William Regal will be having a special announcement later on in the evening, so it's an announcement for the announcement. I don't know why they really need that, but anyways, they have that. And then we go into our first match of the evening, which is Velveteen Dream versus No Way Jose. This was it's a pretty good match. They definitely had some parts where it seemed like their timing was a little off, and it didn't, some sloppy points, I guess, but the overall match was good. There was nice back and forth, and it was still entertaining, it was still worth it. So I'll definitely give that. And afterwards, Velveteen Dream, he won the match, and then he cut a promo, basically calling out a lot of people in the back, saying they're not as good as him. And one weird thing I've seen is that, as I talked about before, they record multiple shows in a single evening, and they definitely did that in Atlanta here. So they record them all and then they edit them down to put them in different episodes. But it seemed like maybe they had a weird editing problem or something, because there was a few episodes ago where Tyler Bates was in an interview and he was saying Velveteen Dream called me out and we'll have a match, and I was like, I don't remember him necessarily doing that, but maybe it was a long time ago, a few months, and I guess I just don't remember, and I was bringing that back up. But in this promo, Velveteen Dream calls out Tyler Bates. That's one of the people you said that's in the back and that's just not as good as him. So it leads me to believe that maybe that the interview with Tyler Bates, where he says Velveteen Dream called me out and I'm ready for you, whatever, whenever, wherever, that was supposed to go after this. Maybe like it was supposed to air in tonight's episode. I don't know. That weird thing that they didn't catch. But anyways, if that is where they go with it, Tyler Bates versus Velveteen Dream should be a stellar, feud, and some great matches come out of that. So I'm excited for that. If it's definitely going to be better than their sloppy start, I guess. So that was worth it. That first match and the promo was worth it. Then we had the announcement from William Regal, and it's just him coming out and saying that they're starting again the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So it's not super special news. I mean, I think we all figured that every year they're going to do the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So it's not necessarily anything new, but always fun to see. And he said that whoever wins the Tag Team Classic will have a number one contendership for the NXT Tag Team titles, which is cool. I don't think they ever did that in the past. So let's see where this goes. And that championship match will be at NXT TakeOver New Orleans, and the night before WrestleMania. So after that, we had a women's match where it was Nikki Cross versus Vanessa Bourne. And this, it was an okay match. It was definitely a very short match. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not necessarily a squash match, because Vanessa Bourne does get some offense in, and some pretty good offense, but then it still kind of ends pretty quickly. I feel it definitely wasn't that developed. It was definitely seemed like a break between the two other matches. It was still actually very entertaining, and it was better than any generic squash match. both people actually looked pretty good coming out of it. Definitely Nikki Cross, who won, but it was still a good match and was still worth it. But then we get into the real big match of the night, which is the main event, and that was, of course, as I said before, Adrian Almas defending his championship against Johnny Gargano, who was putting his career on the line for this. And this was a very, very good match, and it wasn't, of course, as good as their takeover match, but I don't think that's a real hard match to follow, you know. But it was still very good. Some really great moments in there, some great sequences, and some real hard-hitting shots. And surprisingly, they were able to come up with some new things that they didn't do in their other 3 matches. So it was pretty cool to see them on their 4th match, technically, and they're still doing some original stuff and some great storytelling throughout. And then they eventually got to a point where the ref got knocked out by Adrian Almas, and Johnny Gargano had Almas in the Gargano escape, and Almas was tapping, but of course the ref was out, couldn't see it, and then Ciampa comes in, attacks Johnny Gargano, and allows Adrian Almas to get the pinfall victory and retain the championship, meaning that Johnny Gargano is leaving NXT. Of course, this isn't too sad of a thing in all retrospect, because that just means he's going to be coming up to the main roster. But it does bring up some questions, as you know, they weren't going to have the Gargano Ciampa feud, or is that going to be in the main roster? I don't know. And now there's questions of where's Johnny going? Is he going to Raw, SmackDown, or 205 Live? Because I'm pretty sure he's in the weight class to be in 205 Live. So who knows with that happening? There was a very nice emotional moment. You know, they spent a lot of time with Gargano and his wife in the ring, as everyone's you know cheering him on, saying thank you, Johnny. So that was a very nice moment, very sweet moment to have. And overall, it was a really great match. Like I said, it's not, they're as good as their takeover match, but it's still very, very good and was definitely worth it. And really, the whole night was worth it. Not every match was, a superstar match, and not everyone was like 5-star match, but they were all very good, and they were really topped with this main event that made everything even better. So NXT February 21st, that definitely worth it. Go check it out. And another thing for you to go check out is this Sunday on the Small Wrestling Alliance YouTube channel, we're going to have a live stream of the Elimination Chamber. So it's going to be, me, DJ, Issa, and I believe Francesca is going to be there. I'm not 100% sure. If she's not, hopefully Issa can put a thing in this video saying that she's not, but it's going to be at least most of us there live streaming the event and giving out live commentary on it. So hopefully you can go check that out. But until next time, see ya.